talk about charge-offs and how to get those removed from your credit. Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jazzy Mac, and I appreciate all of you that have liked and subscribed to my channel. I love it when you guys comment because it really does help the channel to grow, and it helps the algorithm to pick up this channel and show it to more people. So thank you so much for all of your support. Now, today we're going to talk about charge-offs. As you guys know, I have a video that talks about collections and how to get those collections removed. And of course, I've always got supplemental materials available for you guys. I have templates down below for anybody that just kind of wants that extra guidance in how to write those letters that help you to get items removed from your credit. So that's going to be in the description box. But let's talk about charge-offs. Now, there seems to be a bunch of confusion about what charge-offs are. So generally, a charge-off is going to usually be a credit card account that you missed payments on, the account got closed, and the creditor, which would be Amex, it'd be MasterCard, whoever you had the credit card with, that creditor decided that they're not going to get their money from you. So they've written it off. They've written it off as just a loss. So now it's a charge off. And that's the only difference between a charge off and a collection. The charge off, it's been written off, kind of like from a taxes point of view or from a business point of view. But a collection is something that has been turned over to a collection agency in hopes that the money is going to be recovered. So with a charge-off, it definitely holds the same amount of weight as a collection. It is just as derogatory, and it has that negative impact on it. And it's the same sort of thing that you want to get removed as soon as possible. So if you have a charge off, you can definitely think of it as a collection that has been written off by the company. Does that mean that you don't technically still owe the money? Your state laws are going to vary on that and how that's treated. But in general, for a charge off to be removed, you either would have to wait the 7 years for it to be removed from the first day of delinquency, or you can take the quicker route, which is my route, the dispute method with my templates. Or you can just watch my other videos on collections and how to get a collection removed. But I want to just walk you through the process. So if you see a charge off on your credit, what you're pretty much going to do is simply look at the date that it was first reported. Now, obviously, if it's been longer than 7 years, you need to get it deleted. That's simple. And we already know that. But if it hasn't been more than 7 years, you can definitely challenge it and ask for full validation of that account. And the person that you would want to get the full validation from is going to be the credit bureaus. Now, just to recap, the credit bureaus do not share information. So if you have a charge off that is being reported on 3 different credit reports, then you have to send 3 different letters to the credit bureaus. So I want to make sure that we're clear on that. If it's a charge off, you're not writing a letter to the creditors. That is not how it works because they no longer have the account. They have sent it over to someone else. And so you want to make sure that the person that you dispute with is a person that works at the credit reporting agencies, which is going to be Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So in your letter, you're going to write the account information, which is going to be the account name, in addition to the date that it was first reported. You can also include the amount, and you're going to simply write in your letter that you want to get full validation of this account, including the originally signed contracts with your signature. And you want to specify that. And you want to also tell them that if they cannot verify the account, that they must remove the account according to the FCRA laws. So We've talked about FCRA laws. We've talked about the FDCPA laws. We've talked about what to do if those laws are violated. So I want to make sure that you always include a line in your letters about the FCRA laws when you're disputing with the credit bureaus, because it's just reminding them that you know your rights, right? So once you get that information in your letter, the next thing you want to do when you're mailing those letters, please don't use like the mail that, that costs like 50 cents. That's going to get lost in the mail. And then it's going to be a wasted trip to the post office. What you want to do is make sure that you are using signature delivery confirmation. Yeah, it might cost an extra $10 or so, but $10 is nothing compared to getting something, the cost of getting something removed from your credit or the cost of not removing it. $10 is so worth it. So you never want to just send a letter without having that delivery signature confirmation on it, because it's going to also be proof that you started a dispute. So whenever you send off that information, once they receive it at the credit bureaus, they will send you a little card or a little slip in the mail. You'll get that back in the mail that shows who signed for it. So you always want to make a copy of that just in case they don't, correctly, investigate it or do a proper dispute, or if it's beyond that 30-day window that they have to investigate it or dispute it. You want to have that as evidence in case you need to send a follow-up letter or if you need to file a complaint with the CFPB. And so I have a credit roadmap that kind of guides you through what to do if an item comes back verified, and how important it is to carefully utilize the CFPB. As we know, the CFPB stands for the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, and they're like your big brother. They are a consumer protection agency that regularly monitors and investigates not only the credit reporting bureaus, but also the collection agencies and other financial institutions. Anybody that deals with money, they are kind of like the overseer that makes sure that consumers are not being taken advantage of. So that's why it's so important to know what the CFPB is and to know how to file a complaint. And what I did in my credit templates in the package is not only did I put the templates in there, but I created pretty much a roadmap for where to start, because there aren't going to be many different responses that you'll get from the credit bureaus after the investigation is complete. You're either going to get a letter that says it's been verified. You get a letter that requests additional information or requests you to verify your identity, or you're going to get there's a verification letter saying that it's verified. There's the ID letter, or there's the letter that says it's been deleted. So it's going to be one of three options, but based on the feedback that they give you, I did map out what you can do and how you can respond and how you can use the CFPB as your point of escalation. Because sometimes credit bureaus are stubborn and they don't actually do what they're supposed to do to verify an account. So that's why we have to escalate that to the CFPB. And we have to, we have to be assertive in our consumer rights. So just remember that if you're going to have a charge off and you're going to challenge it, that you need to challenge it with the bureaus. If that does not work after multiple attempts and they're not properly investigating it, and that's when you want to escalate it to the CFPB. So I hope that makes sense. Anything that you don't understand about that process, let me know in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you guys have. And until then, happy credit building. See you in the next video. Bye.